What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. Today I have a rematch against ShadyPenguinn. After our underused match the other day that came out to be pretty damn close, we decided to hop in a nice little NU tiered match this time. He actually isn't too experienced in the NU tier, but it was actually really fun regardless, and I kind of just threw together just some random Pokemon, as he has some pretty big threats over there. I'm really hoping that the Primeape is not Choice Scarfed. If it is, it can do a lot of damage to my team, and it actually outspeeds everything. So the other thing I'm worried about is the Weezing, considering it can wall basically a lot of the shit on my team. So I gotta make sure to take that thing out early, so let's get this started. Alright, so looking at his team, I found a pretty clean opportunity to lead off with my Magcargo and get up some Stealth Rocks and all that kind of stuff. You know, Magcargo is pretty much a sketchy lead most of the time because people can kind of predict it and then force switches and then you're off to a bad start. But he leads off with his Regirock, which is pretty nice for me, as he decides to go for the Thunder Wave on the first turn and then I get paralyzed on the first turn. So I'm like, sweet start, Sheldon. Good job, good job. He's going to go ahead and Pelvic Thrust some Stealth Rocks over on my side, as I'm going to throw my own Stealth Rocks out there. So we both got our rocks up. So I'm paralyzed, which is actually not too bad for me, considering I wasn't going to be able to outspeed anything regardless. And that just means he's not going to be able to get the poison off on me later. So I actually predicted Earthquake switching into an Intimidate, as he does have the Clear Body, so the Intimidate is not going to do a damn thing. But he actually goes for the Stone Edge, as I was like, derp, Intimidate definitely just fucking died, and I was like, well, that's a clean start already. I honestly wanted to fuck that thing up with the Specs Hydro Pump, but in the long run, I should have seen the Stone Edge coming because it is Stab, and it's pretty predictable. But I bring out Go-Go, and I decided to just go for the Horn Leech, considering I don't want to make any misplays at this. I've honestly fucked up already, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go for the Horn Leech. He does switch into his Weezing. I knew he did have that Weezing, and I know that he is going to be able to either go for the Will-O-Wisp and get a burn off on me, or he can go for the Sludge Bomb and do a shit ton of damage. So I figured Sheldon actually kind of walls this Weezing quite nicely, and then if I can land a Lava Plume off on it, that would do a quick and clean amount of damage. So I go into Sheldon here. He does go for the Sludge Bomb, making the nice play, not going for the Will-O-Wisp. Although the Sludge Bomb isn't going to do a damn thing, Sheldon is, he's looking pretty solid over here. And at this point, Sheldon doesn't even realize how important he is to this battle yet, so I was kind of just in here okay, I already got my rocks up. What more could Sheldon do, honestly? So I kept him out here. I just try to go for the Lava Plume as he brings back out the Dingo, as I'm like, please get the burn. That would be pretty damn cool. As the Lava Plume does hit this thing, and lucky me, I do get the burn. So that is perfect. And at this point, his Stone Edge is not going to be able to do pretty much a damn thing to me. So I was like, staying in here. I do have the leftovers. I'm getting all my health back and shit. So I was like, you know what? I might as well just stay in and go for the Earth Power. I know it's probably not going to do a whole lot to this thing, but after the burn damage and stuff, you know, it will take its toll off on it. He does predict a switch and goes for the Thunder Wave, as I was like, thank God I did not switch into Go-Go at that time. So the Earth Power is going to hit it for a minuscule amount of damage, as he's going to get his leftovers and then get hurt by the burn. So he's not looking too healthy over there, and at this point, I'm pretty sure that he is going to probably just going to want to go ahead and try for some Stone Edges. And I realized that Magcargo is not really down to take that damage, so I do switch. And I go into my Electrode here, as I predict that, you know, since he's burned, I realize that Stone Edge is going to do about 50%. And Triangle's the kind of guy who doesn't really care about being hurt a little bit. As long as he's still alive, he can get his damn job done. So I take about half to that, and that's perfectly fine. Considering I'm faster than everything anyways, I wouldn't be taking many attacks. So I go for the Volt Switch, actually predicting his switch, but he just stays in and lets his Regirock die. So this kind of puts me in a bad position, considering I have to send out my Pokemon, and then he gets to look at what it is, and then go ahead and base his switching off of what works best against mine. So Hugs is going to come in. I decided I would rather send in Hugs than anything else, because I could get the Toxicroak for free pretty much, without having to go for the Protect. He brings out his Weezing, as it is taking quite a bit of damage from that Stealth Rocks and stuff, so I was like, at this point, I might as well just go for the Facade. I know that it's definitely going to be a 2-hit KO, and I can also live his Sludge Bomb quite easily, so I live it with above half. And then Ursaring is like, hell yes, this gives me a clean opportunity to go ahead and Facade one more time, killing the Weezing, and therefore killing the biggest threat on his team towards mine. So that's perfect. The Weezing is going to die, and Ursaring's also looking pretty solid. He's also the same kind of guy who doesn't really mind being hurt, as long as he has enough to, you know, stay alive with a couple poisons. So now he switches into a Shiftry. Him doing that basically tells me he's going to have the Sucker Punch, so I don't want to risk Hugs dying, so I'm going to go ahead and switch. I go into Gadget, considering that all this guy's other moves aren't going to be able to kill me in one hit. And this Shiftry actually is a pretty large problem to my team also. It kind of fucks shit up considering it does have that Sucker Punch. He goes for the knockoff. Go Gadget lives it with 1 HP. Would you look at that shit? He knocks off my item, which is completely fine because at least now I'm able to get a Rock Slide off on it. All I needed was a little bit of damage. So Go-Goat, I guess, kind of did his job there. Sorry you had to die like that though, brother, but thanks for living with 1 HP, you know? What a guy. So Shiftry is getting hurt by his Life Orb, and now my only option is to send in Brittany bitch, as I know I can take 1 knockoff, or at least 2 of them, and I'm able to kill this thing off with a Poison Jab. He goes for the knockoff and it gets a critical hit, and that did a shitload of damage, knocking off my Black Sludge, so that's kind of a bummer, but luckily the Poison Jab is going to be able to kill this Shiftry, and 2 of the main things that I was worried about are definitely dead, so we should be able to, if all things go accordingly, be able to sweep with Ursaring if that comes down to it. So he's going to go ahead and go into his Raichu now, as I'm just going to go for the Sucker Punch, knowing he's going to outspeed me and stuff. Might as well get a lot of damage off on it. And this Toxicroak actually does have the Poison Touch, so I thought it would be pretty funny if I got the Poison Touch on that. So that's honestly the main idea behind this Toxicroak. All of his moves can basically Poison Touch you, so that's pretty cool. Toxicroak had to die there, because now I can bring in my nice little triangle and Revenge Kill. And I go for the Thunderbolt as he brings in the Altaria, which doesn't seem like that good of an idea, but these things have so much damn special defense, and this Altaria lives that so easily. That's a choice specs Thunderbolt coming from a damn Electrode. And he took that shit like nothing. So, I mean, I actually decided to just kind of stay in and go for another Thunderbolt, but he actually lives it. And he's able to get off a Roost, which basically has to force my Triangle out, considering that now he's no longer Flying type, my Thunderbolts aren't going to be able to do a damn thing, and then he can easily kill me with whatever attacking moves he's got. At this point, I was actually still trying to figure out what kind of Altaria this was. I was really hoping that it's not a Dragon Dance one, because if it is, it can set up enough Dragon Dances to the point where it will outspeed my Ursaring, and right here he does reveal that he is indeed a Dragon Dance Altaria. So I was like, well, shit. This is kind of a bummer. At least Sheldon has so much damn defense that it's gonna be a couple Dragon Claws until he can kill me. And at this point, my only hope is to be able to get off a Toxic. So he goes for the Dragon Claw on this turn. I'm really crossing my fingers here not to get the freaking Paralyzed, and I don't, which is fucking key right there, as I'm able to get a Toxic off on this thing. And that ensures that if he's gonna want to stay in and try to sweep my team, eventually he is definitely going to die. So Sheldon has actually done so much in this battle. Like, this has never happened before. I'm digging it, Mad Cargo. Good work. Good work. So, he's going to be taking some poison damage, and he's going to proceed to Dragon Dance, because he knows that if he gets enough up, he's going to be able to outspeed my Ursaring and all the things on my team. So, he's basically, at this point, trying to get as many Dragon Dances as possible, and then still be able to kill Sheldon. I go for the only move I have against this thing is freaking Lava Plume, because my only other attacking move is Earth Power, so honestly, I was basically just trying to stay in here and let the Toxic kind of do most of the damage off on this thing while he just stays in here and just dances like a dragon a couple more times. So he's gonna go for another Dragon Dance, as all Mad Cargo can do is just fucking Lava Plume this thing, which is like perfectly fine because I do have leftovers, and the longer he takes Dragon Dancing, the more leftovers I'm gonna get, and then I'm gonna be harder to kill. So at this point, I'm honestly still thinking that a Dragon Claw won't kill me after these leftovers. So we're gonna check it out. I decide I have to stay in. There's really nothing else I can do at this point. I need to let that Toxic get to the point where he is gonna die. He can still Roost, but it's not worth it for him at this point because the Toxic damage is stacking up. He goes for the Dragon Claw one more time. Sheldon lives it with 1 HP. Look at that. Look at that. Second 1 HP live in one match. Fucking holy shit. That is some bad luck for my boy Shady. Sorry about that. Because if I had died right there, he would have probably had one more turn to attack one of my Pokemon, which is a bummer for him. So he's going to take that poison damage. It's going to get him to the point where the next one is going to kill. All he can do is go for the Dragon Claw, which is going to kill Sheldon, and he's definitely going to die to poison this next turn. So this Altaria turned out to be a way bigger threat than I thought it was going to be, but luckily I got that Toxic off on it, and it is definitely going to die to that. So Wingspan OP is definitely going to go ahead and die. Sorry about that, Altaria, and he has to switch into his Primeape at this point. The Primeape, I'm still scared about being Choice Scarfed. If it is Choice Scarfed, I'm basically fucked. I have to go into Hugs here, and it's kind of the moment of truth. I actually do outspeed it. He isn't Choice Scarfed, and Facade is easily going to kill that Primeape, which is perfect because now at this point, Hugs can pretty much tear shit up. You never want to get mauled by Hugs. Trust me, he's scary. So he's going to bring in Lightning the Raichu, and Raichu is going to have to face the the fate of death, as Facade is definitely going to go ahead and kill that thing. So, that is going to be the end of the match, guys. I appreciate you watching. Make sure to go ahead and check out Shady's channel. It will be in the description. You got to hit that subscribe button. If you don't know who Shady is, you're pretty much blowing it. Let's be real here. But yeah, check out his channel. Click the thumbs up button on this video if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys later.